Well, hello, everybody. Good evening today. Welcome back to our Traveling with Tinkerbell live show at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully, you guys are having an amazing Tuesday. I don't know what's wrong with my camera. Why is now I'm looking orange? I don't know, but hopefully it'll fix itself. Hopefully, you guys are having a magnificent Tuesday. Just being here on another Tuesday at 7 p.m., bringing you some great information today. Today, our topic is going to be our cruise getting too expensive. That's what our topic for today is going to be about. So, hopefully, guys, you guys will enjoy this information and we can talk about it on the chat and all of those great things. I've been doing some research because I've have a lot of customers that kind of been like a little bit worried that prices are getting like a little bit on the expensive side. And they're trying to look, they're still trying to book cruises and they want to go on cruises or on vacations where they can, be a little bit cheaper, you can say. And that led me into thinking, okay, so let me see what I can find, what information I can gather, for you guys to see exactly, you know, how much are the cruise lines charging from, from one time to another. So I found some great information and I actually got a report that just came out, from hold on. The report is coming out from Expedia Cruises. It just came out on July 3rd of 2024. And one of the good things about this report, it gives you kind of like the ups and down as to, um, the pricing and, how much it fluctuates and different things like that. Welcome in, Em. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for being here. So one of the really cool things that I wanted to share with you mainly, it was some information was triggering these cruise lines, to have these price hikes the way they are. So the cruise industry presented a day forecast, and we're gonna talk a little bit about this information that I got from our Expedia cruises. It says here that the cruise tourism is booming once again and is rebounding faster than other forms of travel and tourism, with 31.5 million passengers have sailed in 2023. That's a lot of people, to be honest with you. That's a lot of people. I was actually wanting to show you this chart. So from 2019, we had $24 billion in revenue. And then obviously because of the situation in 2020 and 2021, it went 5 billion, then 2 billion. Then in 2022, you start seeing how it's going up. They're projecting by 2025, the industry will be making about $34 billion in revenue. That's a lot of money, guys. That is a lot of moolah, to be honest with you. And when I was reading this information, it was saying that in and 35.7 million is expected to sell this year alone, guys. So as we're going through this year, they're expecting last year was 31.5. This year they're expecting 35.7 million to be selling in 2024. Hello, Cruise Nuts. Welcome in. Donnell, welcome in from Icon of the Seas. Oh my God. You are here, my love. You're here and you're in Icon. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my God. So as I was giving you some information, so the industry, as you can see, it's going higher. So that's the reason why you're seeing a lot of like Carnival, Royal Caribbean, even Celebrity. All of these cruise ships are building newer cruise ships because the demand is there. As long as the demand is there and it's growing, and they're going to continue to build all of these ships. Somebody got to pay for all these new ships if you think about it. So that's what's triggering also that price hike. Um, and that's one of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys today. I wanted to get a little bit of your opinion on as to what do you all think? Do you think is the pricings are getting out of hand? Is it too expensive for you right now? Because I think more than likely it's probably going to start triggering even a little bit more on the higher end, little by little, and eventually it's going to kind of like level up. So a little bit about the overview from for you guys, and this comes from CLIA. 31.5 million cruise passengers sail in 2023, and then they're expecting 35.7 million cruise passengers are expected to sail in 2024, and 56 new cruise ships on order between now and 2028. You heard that right. 56 new cruise ships are in order as we speak right now, and they're ready to be between now and 2028. 73% of the cruise travelers say traveler advisors have a meaningful impact on their decision to cruise. 82% of the travelers who have cruised before say that they will cruise again. 75% of the US population is within driving distance from a cruise port. I am one of them, guys. I live about 15 minutes away from the port of Tampa and 2 hours from Port Canaveral, 3.5 hours from Fort Lauderdale, and 4 hours from Miami. That's my trip if I have to get on one of these cruise lines. Let me see. Cruise Nuts is saying, while prices are high, we will always do the flight direct for 7 to 10 days. Yep, I agree with you. And you know what? That's one of the things that I wanted to check with you guys, because I don't know if a lot of people are going to start doing the all inclusives again like they used to before all this hype with the cruise lines. The situation, guys, that we are having is that families, a lot of families are looking at cruises with a great amount of, because think about it, you pay for a cruise, you selling on a cruise, it covers all of your meals, it covers some of your juices, coffees, and things like that. You have to, obviously, if you're going to drink and you're going to buy a drink package, it's going to be separate. But let's say a family of four is traveling and they're paying, let's say, about $3,500 for a 7-day cruise on, let's say, Carnival, just to put out there. And let me tell you something, guys. People will pay 3,500 because they have everything included versus going to a hotel, paying, you have to fly there, you got to pay the hotel. Now you got to pay all your meals unless you do an all-inclusive. And even sometimes, guys, the all-inclusives are, depending on where you're going, are a little bit kind of like the same price as a cruise. So keep that in mind, when you're trying to figure out what type of vacation you want to take. A little bit of more information that the CLIA gave us was a 10% of the cruise traveler take 3 to 5 cruises per year. That's 10%. 27% of the cruisers over the past 2 years are new to cruising, which there has been an increase of 12% in the industry. Passenger sailing on expedition itineraries has increased from 71% from 2019 to 2023. So for those people that want to go, like say on Antarctica, different Iceland, different places, that has increased by 71%. Millennials are also most enthusiastic about planning a cruise holiday. North America remains the largest cruise market. Caribbean remains the top destination for cruisers. And average age of a cruiser is 46 years old. Cruise industry is expected to reach 28 billion in revenue by the end of 2024. The cruise industry support over 1.2 million jobs worldwide. So guys, could you imagine? Oh my God, Marjorie, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here today. How are you? How are you? Change it and I get, let me see, charge it and I get a sugar mom, a sugar father. Oh my God, Miss Marge, I missed you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, Miss Margot. Hey, cruisers. Still cheaper than hotels. For now, Life Allow trick is to sometimes the older ships that where are the deals are. Yep, that is very true. Marco is telling you guys some great information. So sometimes the older ships are is where the actual savings are. Hello, PK Adventures and Travel. Thank you so much for being here today. But yeah, I wanted to show you this chart. So historicals and forecasts of ocean going cruise passengers. This was what it used to be in 2019, 21.7. Then obviously it dropped because of the situation that we had in 2020 and 2021. 2022, we picked up at 20.4 million. 2023, we ended up with 31.7. 2024 is a forecast of 35.7. And if you continue to go, it's going to go all the way to like about 40,000, 40 million people traveling. So as time continues to roll by, more and more people are starting to cruise. The cruise industry investments, the cruise industry has invested over $50 billion towards the driving innovations and transformations over the next 4 years in pursuit of more responsible, efficient, inclusive, and enjoyable vacation experience. Cruise lines are investing in LNG powered and ships eco-friendly cruise travels, enhance the US technology on board and more onboard entertainment and activities, multi-generational experience, and much more. So as you can see, they're innovating, they're doing new things, they're bringing in new things for you guys to enjoy, like comedy clubs, different types of show, bigger ships, more out there to do, more specialty dinings. Look at right now with Utopia. They came up with the brilliant idea of bringing in a train inside of a moving cruise ship, and you pay $119 for a 90-minute dinner experience. So, all of these cruise lines are just innovating more and more. Hello, Mr. John Eso. Hi, I made it to, and I'm okay. So hopefully you're on your way to Pennsylvania. Drive safe, or however which way you're transporting yourself. Please be safe out there. And thank you so much for being here. But as you can see, the more innovations that they do, the more things that they put out, the cost is gonna continue to go. Hello, Irene Hutchinson. Thank you so much for being here, my love. Welcome in. So, one of the main areas that cruise lines have and will continue to invest heavily is on their ships. A fleet of brand new cruise ships will set sail, bringing them to the wave of excitement, relaxation for you guys, and unforgettable experiences. Cruisers will have the opportunity to immerse themselves in a world of advanced technology and unparalleled comfort, indulging in luxury and as they soak up the local culture or embark on a thrilling adventure. So, as you can see, a lot of you guys like to cruise to the Caribbean, and like I'm one of those persons that I'm trying to hit every spot on the Caribbean. I have a couple of places I need to still check out. You have a lot of people that are trying to do what I do. You just got some people that love to just cruise, and it's not about the port, it's more about the ships. You got some people that are more about the ships than about the port. So it's like all over, like the love of cruising is all over the world. So thank you so much, Miss Jennifer from Embarkation Nation. Hello, welcome in. So as you continue to immerse yourself more into the cruise life, cruising is very addictive, guys. It's very addictive, and in many different ways, because like you have the new generations that are coming in that they love that new technology, that new innovation, the new ships, what's new out there. We want to get on it. And then you have all these influencers talking about all these kinds of ships. I actually experienced that in Utopia with all the influencers and all the different high-end, YouTubers that were there. And they put those types of ships out there. People watch those channels or the TikToks and the Instagram, and boom, you have a customer, booking Utopia, booking Icon, booking Star, booking Aqua, Prima, all these newer ships. And that's how you got all these cruise lines that you see the little bit by little bit, they're hiking up the price. And also, guys, keep an eye that as they're hiking up, they're taking away little things, that perks that we used to have back in the times that we used to be, all in one package, now it's no longer available. So just keep in mind on pricing and where you want to go, maybe a different type of ship. I know that with Royal Caribbean, they're going to be bringing newer, smaller ships because we do need them. I'm not sure about Carnival. We haven't heard that Carnival is building a smaller ship, but the little Paradise here that we have in Tampa, the little girl is getting old, and eventually we're going to need something a little bit more modern. Even though that we have, Margaritaville, and it's an amazing deal, guys. If you have not seen the deal with the Margaritaville, you buy one person, three people travel for free. Where can you get that? But keep in mind that not everything is free because I actually checked it out. I have a family of four. So I said, okay, I'll buy one, three people travel free. And I did a balcony just to check it out. And it came out to about 2,300. Even though that four people for $2,300, 5 days is not that bad, to be honest. But that's Margaritaville. So if you're looking for something more affordable, maybe Margaritaville, maybe a smaller ship might do the trick. Also, with Expedia, we do have the EES groups, and we can get you a little bit of a smaller amount that you have to pay on that cruise. So if you're working with an Expedia travel advisor, make sure you ask about the EES groups or the group rates, and that advisor should be able to provide that information out to you. So just keep that in mind. And that's only with Expedia. I don't know if other travel agents have also those kinds of, specials, but I know with Expedia, we do have the EES groups specials for us. So as we continue, I'm going to give you guys some information. The private islands of the cruise lines have been some of the top destinations for travelers sailing to the Caribbean or to even Panama Canal. These exclusive retreats have something for everyone, from eco tours, water excursions, to theme parks, thrill, beachside lounging, with all the rising popularity of these private islands. Cruise lines have invested billions of dollars into enhancing an experience in their private islands, creating an over the top experience to all of those who visit. Guys, keep in mind, we have Perfect Day at Coco Cay. We have Stirrup Cay, which is NCL. We have, let me see, we have the Half Moon Cay, the Princess Cay, Celebration Key is coming in soon. We have the Lookout Point at Lighthouse, something, I forgot what, because it's a long name for the Disney one. Then we have the other Disney Castaway Cay Private Island. Now, Royal Caribbean is building a new island right there at the port of Nassau. So just keep in mind that, they're doing all of these, like Asamara Club Cruises in Labadee, Haiti. Carnival Cruise Line has Amber Cove in Dominican Republic, Mahogany Bay Island in Roatan, Puerto Maya, Cozumel, Princess Cay, Bahamas, Half Moon Cay in the Bahamas, Grand Turk, that's another private island in Turks and Caicos. Celebration Key is coming in new, and Grand Bahamas. Disney Cruise Line, Castaway Cay, Bahamas, Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. Holland America has Half Moon Cay, which they do with Carnival Cruise Line. MSC has Ocean Cay. Norwegian Cruise Line, Great Stirrup Cay in the Bahamas, and Harvest Cay in Belize. Princess Cruise Line has Princess Cay in the Bahamas. Regent Seven Seas Cruise and Oceana Cruises is Harvest Cay and Great Stirrup Cay, because they're also sisters with Carnival Cruise Line and Holland America. Royal Caribbean has Perfect Day at Coco Cay, Royal Beach Club in Nassau, and Labadee, Haiti. Virgin Voyage has the Beach Club at Bimini. So as you can see, all of these companies has their own private island. I just told Sherry Destination 4 a while ago on her live that she should go to the train. Oh, okay. Yeah, she should do it. Definitely. She's going to love it. She is going to love the train for sure. I'm hoping, I'll give you a little bit of information about the train in a little bit when I finish this presentation for you guys. New ports are coming, new ports and port enhancements. Is there a better sign of booming cruise industry than cruise line adding, enhancing their embarkation and debarkation ports? Royal Caribbean Group is a great example for how cruise lines are investing in the future and partnering with a large infrastructure company to withstand the volume of cruise passenger expected in the next few years. Our partnerships with Icon is a unique opportunity to get us into the decades for port investments, building further financial strengths, and providing exceptional cruise experiences responsibilities to our guests as best destinations in the world. So keep in mind that the industry and the trends are also growing. The environmental sustainability is also growing, guys. So, I just wanted to let you know that by the time the goal is that by the time 2050 comes around, their goal is that they are net carbon neutral cruising by 2050. That is their goal for these cruise lines. So little by little they're changing, the way, they have fuel on these cruise lines because they have to make sure that there is more efficient, more clean energy, better for our world, to because we're moving on these cruise ships like daily. There's millions of people just traveling on a daily basis. Like these ships do not stop unless there's something wrong with the ship. So with that being said, also the tourism is also growing because think about it. You put people on a cruise ship, you take them someplace else, that tourism is also growing. And people love to go to Cozumel, guys. You guys don't understand. People love Cozumel. They love traveling to the Caribbean. But one of the things that I have been noticing, at least on my end, is also people are now venturing out to like Greenland, to Antarctica, to Norway, to Australia, to all these other places that maybe at one point they never thought that they would go. So a lot of people are venturing to even to Europe. We have a lot of like our Europe people are going to Europe and cruising on that side of the world as well. So that is also growing. And they're also catering to the young generation. You know, Believe it or not, these cruises know exactly what people want. So they're catering to the retirees, the empty nester, the old couples, the new generation. It is with most people considered to be the cruise demographic in the past, but not anymore, guys. The cruise world has drastically changed as younger generations are favoring experiences and adventures over material goods. So people are now traveling more than buying material goods, is pretty much what they're letting us know. And since the numbers don't lie, guys, cruising demographics have changed in the last few years, in the average of cruise dropping down to 46 to age 46. Gen X and millennials are most enthusiastic about planning a cruise vacation, with 84% of Gen X and 81% of millennials planning a cruise, over and over and over again. So as you can see, the younger generation just wants to do what the older generation loves to do. The rising of the expedition cruising, that's also been up like 71% from 2019 to 2023. So that goes to show you that other people are also going on other expeditions within cruising. So the multi-generational traveling, they're also have increased by 28%. So as you see the numbers increasing, your pocket is decreasing because you're paying more for these cruises. Cruises have become popular choice of multi-generational travelers, with a 28% traveling cruising through the with 3 to 5 generations in one group. Let's talk a little bit about accessible shore excursions. With 45% of cruise travelers booking an accessible shore excursion in the past year, accessibility has imperative to travel, and sometimes that cruise line and tour companies are placing more focus on accessibility. So before, it used to be a little bit hard trying to find accessible tours. Well, now they have that understanding that more people with accessibility are traveling. So now they're focusing on that and making sure that there are at 100% accessible shore excursions available for the cruise ports, and they have all the same objective in mind to cultivate the best and the most comfortable experience possible for travelers with mobilities and disabilities. So if you are here today hearing this show, and you are a person that have accessibility or mobility that disabilities, then just know that they are working on that and they're getting better and better at it. So when you go on these cruises, you have a better outcome of it. One other thing that is also picking up, guys, is the solo cruising. Let me tell you, I have a group right now. Everybody's solo. Everybody's a solo cabin, and they're doing it on Celebrity. So solo cruising is also picking up, and solo cruise have picked up 13% of solo cruises have gone up. It used to be like at 5, and now is at 13%. So more people that are by themselves are saying, you know what, I'm going to go on a cruise, and that's what they're doing. So just keep in mind that those are all going up there. Here's a list of a few major cruise lines who are doing their part to assist solo travelers. So get a pen and paper and write this information down. Royal Caribbean International, New Regent Cruise Line, Holland America, Costa Cruises, Cunard Lines, and Ama Waterways. These cruise lines are actually accommodating solo travelers. If you guys know, New Regent started up with their solo studios. You could do a solo ocean view or solo balcony with New Regent. Royal Caribbean do have a couple of their cruise, like I think is Anthem is one of them. They have solo cabins. And I don't even know why they didn't put solo cabins in Icon. I don't know why they didn't put them. I think that they should have. It would have helped the solo cruisers get into Icon maybe a little bit more faster for me. So that's pretty much the information that I had for you guys today. What do you guys think? Do you think that if you remember that you pay, and I know I pay less in 2016 when I used to travel, and keep in mind, back in the time, I used to travel more Carnival than I do Carnival today. And back then, for me and my husband, we used to go, um, let's say, to Nassau, Bahamas on a 4-day cruise, maybe like $500 between the both of us back then. Through 2020 and 2021, booking Bahamas on the same three to 4 day. It used to be like maybe 300, 400, $500 around there. Now you do that same exact booking and you're paying about $1,000 for the same exact booking, the same exact ship. So keep in mind that what you used to pay back then is not what you're paying now for the same exact cabin, the same ship that used to sail back then. Now you're paying kind of like double. And on top of that, some of these perks, they taken away our perks too. So just keep that in mind. They're changing, and as they're evolving and doing all their new innovations, our pockets are going to start to feel it a little bit. So what ways can we use to continue to cruise, but maybe at paying a little bit less? I would suggest the EES groups. Look for specials. Like right now, we're short here. We're going to be having the Labor Day specials. Look for specials wherever you can cut a little bit here and there. Um, there's different ways that you can save on different little things. Let's say if you're a person that always travel balcony and you still want to cruise, maybe you want to go to ocean view, maybe go one lower, so that you can maybe cruise a little bit more. If you're a person that don't mind what cabin you want to stay in, maybe it's a guarantee might work for you, even if you want to do a balcony. Guarantee cabins can save you $300 and $400 easily, guys. So it just depends on the person that you are, one, how you like to travel, and how much you want to save. So like I always tell some of my customers, when they're a lot of like, they wanted like that ocean view balcony, but they wanted like midship, let's say. So I ask the question sometimes, okay, can you consider maybe a guarantee? Do you really mind where you want to be? The only thing with the guarantee is that you're pretty much putting out there, letting the cruise line put you anywhere. And sometimes you go in a really good area, and sometimes it could be a bad area. But at the same time, you're saving some money. So you have to like kind of like balance that up. Mr. Frank had a question. It's getting the inclusive land stays are cheaper now than cruising. It depends, Frank. I actually did an all-inclusive that I'm actually working with a client right now, and they're going to Cancun, Mexico. They're staying at Occidental in Cancun, and for two people, per room is about $3,500 with flights, and that's an all included. So that's $3,500 with flights, and that's only 5 days. It's not a whole week. It's from Thursday to Tuesday. So it's not like a whole week either. So you have to keep in mind, and balance it up, and I even mentioned, I said, maybe a cruise might work for you guys because it'll give you maybe a couple of more days. And you just got to look for the right pricing. Like I said, with Expedia, we have the group rates, and like right now, I'm doing a group cruise next year on Celebrity Ascent, and it was $4,600 for two people, ocean view, edge stateroom veranda, midship with drink package and Wi-Fi. That was $4,600. That was through a group rate. If I were to buy it, the same exact cabin, if you were to go in right now, the same exact cabin on the same exact day, right in the middle of the ship, you're looking at $8,900 with no drink package and no Wi-Fi. So you can see the balance of how much you can save. And also keep in mind that if you're looking into cruising more, I always suggest book your cruise a year and a half to 1 year in advance. Why? Because the further you book, the cheaper it is. The closer you book, the more expensive it gets. So, it all depends on that information. Alaska is such a okay. So they're talking about Alaska. So yeah, it all depends, guys, on how much money you want to save, and the different things you want to do. Let's see, cruise nut sets right here. We bounce around 2 to 3, one all inclusive, 2 to 3 Airbnbs, and 2 to 3 different all inclusive. How much? Just to put it out there, how much are you paying if you're staying at an all inclusive versus an Airbnb for I don't know, how long do you go? Do you go like for a whole week, or do you kind of like do 2 days here, 3 days there? Can you give us kind of like what is it that you pay, if you don't mind, so that we can kind of like know, because you do more all inclusive than sometimes cruising yourself. So yeah, it all depends, guys. Give me a second. It all depends, like I said, in how do you want to cruise, what type of cruise line you're going, how many days you're going to be going for, and consider, if you're doing a 3 and a 4 day, do you really want to go on a balcony? Do you want to do an interior? Do you want to do an ocean view to maybe save a little bit of your coin there and be able to maybe cruise a little more? Because keep in mind, a little bit that you save in one cruise, you can add it for another cruise. I'll tell you something. Before I became a TA, and I was just having my regular 8 to 5 job, this is how I used to do it. I used to cruise 3 to 4 times per year. And I used to book them sometimes 2 years in advance. And what I did was I booked a couple like every 2 years in advance, and every year I booked 3 and 4 cruises every year, 2 years in advance. And as I was paying off some, I'll use that money to pay off the next one. And I did a lot of interiors. I started doing balcony like maybe 2019 is when I started doing balcony, but mainly I used to do all interiors because I will save a lot of more money and I will be able to cruise more. But that was that's me as my choice. Now, I could look at the different deals and see what's out there, and and try to find what is a good deal for us. Frank says Punta Cana, it has some great deals in October. There's several well-known properties, including Air for under 2,000. See, there you go. So it's just looking, we have to maybe start learning how to kind of like look for the specials and all of that so that we can at least save a little bit of money if you want to cruise a little bit more. Okay, so Krusna says it really depends on the resort and the place, but an Airbnb, you have to buy the food and drinks, so it's cheaper, but all inclusive is about 150 to $300 a night for both of us, so we can go up high in price. Well, there you have it. So yeah, you as a customer, you have to kind of like plan, your vacation. Okay, but I know a lot of people still goes more into the cruise and cruising side because they feel, which is true, that once you purchase that cruise, you do not owe anything else. Because if you're a person like me, I don't buy the drink package because I don't drink, and I only buy Wi-Fi. But back in the time, I never bought Wi-Fi either. So I just had my phone plan and that was it. I pay AT&T $100 and I can call my kids, my family, everything with my phone, no problems. I never bought Wi-Fi. I buy it now because I'm a TA, so that's an extra added expense for me. And it's not like if they give us some type of deal or a special on our Wi-Fi because we're a travel agent. I pay the same thing that anybody pays as a travel agent, as a regular person will pay. But I do know that cruising is the best way to travel because you pay for everything in one package and that's it. You don't have to worry about, a breakfast or a lunch cost or a snack or this or that or whatever the increments might be. You get to visit different ports, you get to enjoy different things. You have Broadway shows, comedy shows, you name it. There's a lot of things that you can taste inside of the cruise that is also comes complimentary with it. So you have a vast of great amenities buying a cruise versus an all-inclusive. Even though when you have an all-inclusive, most of these places also have like shows and different things that you can go on, but you kind of like paying a little bit, kind of like the same as the cruise. But flying indirect, no time restraints unless you book an excursion. That is correct. John Isa says, will you go on your next cruise then when you want to book your next cruise? Because sometimes there are good offers on the cruise ship. Well, it depends, John, because sometimes I know that you do a lot of Royal, and sometimes with Royal, you can go into your next cruise desk, right? You can go into your next cruise desk and they have all these different specials, and Royal have their own specials. You can always, if you're working with a travel agent, you can always book it. If you see that it's a good deal for you, you can always book it there because you're one in the next cruise, you're going to get a couple of things. You're going to get onboard credit with your booking. Your deposit is only going to be $100 per person. So that's a plus right there. That's a gain. And then if you're working with a travel agent, you could just give them the travel agent information. They transfer that to the travel agent. And once that booking comes, let's say to us, because you're my client, John, it comes to me, I can always I can always check to see, okay, John booked Icon of the Seas. Let me see if for that same exact cabin category or anything like that, let me see if they have a EES group to try and bring down that balance. So you can also, take advantage of that. So if there's a group that you can take advantage of, we can move you into that group and I could do that automatically. And then on top of that, if that group has extra onboard credit. You already have your onboard credit, but then you also get the group onboard credit on top of that. So that's a win-win for you as a customer. So, it just depends, how you guys want to do it. But sometimes, yeah, the cruise lines sometimes do have good deals. You just gotta, keep in mind that you always want to check. You can buy it with the cruise line, but you also want to check what is out there to see if there's a better deal also with them. So hopefully that had answered your question. Also, Jackie, I need to let them know that they need to buy insurance. Yeah, insurance is a must. I have it in all of my emails. I have an alert on all of my emails, and if you're a client of mine, you will see it there. Insurance is a must, and I do agree with John on that. You have to have some sort of insurance, whether you buy it on your own, whether you buy it with me, whether you buy it through the cruise line. At least get some type of insurance, guys. Think about it. You're investing your hard-earned money into a vacation. You know that you're okay today. You don't know what can happen tomorrow or next week or the day before the cruise or one day before the cruise. God forbid, guys, something happens and you have no insurance. Guess what? You're out of that money. The cruise line they're not gonna give you that money back. And sometimes they're not even allowing us to even move the cruise to a different date because you didn't have insurance, and sometimes because their policies have changed. So it's all the different kind of scenarios. It depends on the cruise line and that you're working with. But that's the reason why they send you that contract. Once you're into those 90 days, let me tell you, you start losing money daily. Daily, you start losing money. And you can see it on the contract, the amounts of money as the days go by, as the weeks, as the months go by. Just keep in mind. I know sometimes people say, oh, it's $100 or $200. But let me tell you guys, how many times have you seen? Look at all the different blogs, look at all the cruise news that's out there. People have accidents, no insurance, and then you're pretty much out there on your own. Now you're paying 20, 30, $40,000 to get yourself back to the United States, money that you probably didn't have, that for $100 or $200 you could have had that insurance. So if you can buy a drink package, guys, if you can afford excursions, you can afford at least some sort of insurance for your cruise. Frank says, if you're on Medicare or government insurance, you are not covered for medical out of the country. Well, there you guys have it. If you guys are in Medicare or government insurance, you guys are not covered for medical out there outside of the country. So I personally buy my yearly plan for my travels, and I renew it every single year, and that covers me for the whole year. At least have something to back you up. I could say this because I have a client of mine. She was going on one of the MSC cruises. And for some weird reason, she got there late. I don't remember if it was traffic. She got there like at 2:30 p.m. She saw the ship was parked out there, but she's calling me. She's like, "Hey, I'm here and they're not letting me in." And I said, "Well, it's 2:30, you were supposed to be there." "Oh, I got stuck in traffic," whatever the case might. She lost all her money. No insurance. All of her money was lost. And she was not happy, and out. But it's like I told him. I said, "You rejected the insurance when I request." So, just keep in mind little things like that can always have an issue or impact your cruise. Guys, I live 15 minutes away from our Tampa port. I could literally drive from here to the Tampa port, probably doing a live stream, and it's probably like 15, 20 minutes at most, depending on traffic. And even if I live, because I'm going on the Paradise in October, even if I live about 15, 20 minutes, I'd probably be leaving my house an hour before I have to be there. You never know what could happen. Same thing when I drive to Miami. If I'm driving to Miami on the same day, because I only live like 4 hours away, I sometimes try to stay the night over just to make sure that I made it to Miami. And if I can't do it for work reasons or whatever, then I just drive like at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm driving and I'm in Miami by at least 10 o'clock in the morning, because you never know if you have a flat on your car, something happens, God forbid, anything can happen. At least you have a little bit of spare time to make it to that cruise port. Insurance is a must, guys. I don't even know. I put it on it's a permanent information on my signature, on my Expedia signature is have it as an alert. You have to get insurance, and that's for everybody. And a lot of people usually call me back and says, hey, I noticed that you have an alert that about insurance. Can you send me an insurance quote? And then I send it to them, and then they decide whether they want to buy or not. But thank you so much, John, for that information. Insurance is a must, especially on these days. We're not getting any younger. Anything can happen, or anything in the family, guys. Just keep that in mind. Um, excuse me. I know that M sent here for my Philippine trip. I use Allianz. Yep, Allianz is good. The only thing with Allianz is that if you are a cruiser, a avid yearly cruiser, and you cruise 3, 4, 5 times in a year, you can claim one cruise per year. So if you're buying the yearly insurance, you can claim one cruise. Everything else will still be active, like flights, hotels, and all of that. You can claim all of that multiple times, but only one cruise. So if you do buy Allianz for whatever reason, and you have to claim one of your cruises, just keep in mind that the other cruises are not going to be in your policy. So you might have to get insurance for that specific cruise. So good questions, guys, that you guys had today. Hopefully you guys are finding this informative. I'm trying to bring out something completely different every week, and a little bit more information in the channel. Hopefully soon I will be having a guest here with me on this channel soon. I think in September we have one guest coming in. And like I always said, if you want to come into the channel, there's something you want to talk about, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to bring you in, and we can have that discussion with everybody on the channel as well. So I know that tomorrow we are doing Across the Wave at 8 p.m. So I think tomorrow we're going to Amber Cove, if I'm not mistaken. And it's going to be for Keith and I will be doing Across the Wave tomorrow. So it's at 8 p.m. So don't forget, you might want to check on that if you're interested, or maybe going to Amber Cove. M says here, in my case, I will only be going one time a year. Laugh out loud to try. Yeah, as long as you have it, that it's there for you, then you are okay. I don't want you having that worry. But if for whatever reason you don't want to travel, even if you buy flights, if you buy flights or an all inclusive, at least put some sort of insurance, because that's your hard and work money that you've paying all this stuff for. You don't want to end up, in a situation where now you're out of two, three, $4,000 and you're not going to get it back. So, just keep that in mind, guys. It's always good to be on the safe side. Peace of mind is always a plus. I always say a peace of mind is always a plus. I know you had a question. What insurance do you use when booking through you? Well, when you book with me as a client, I cannot book Allianz. We're not allowed to do that. We have Tingleg, we have Fay, and we can use all of the different cruise line insurance. Those are the ones that we use, that we have licensing to sell. Hi, Fred. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here on the channel today. But yeah, we don't have licensings like that too. So we work with Fay, we work with Tingleg, and all the cruise lines, and they have the insurance. The only insurance that I don't suggest you buy, and this is for personal experience, anybody else might have had a better experience than I did, is MSC insurance. Why? I had a client that had an MSC. He had MSC insurance. He paid like 200 and something dollars for his insurance. And 3 weeks before his cruise, his doctor told him that he was not able to leave the country on any cruise because he's diabetic, and he had some sort of something happened in his leg, some sort of inflammation or something, and he couldn't go because they had to treat him for that. So he had insurance. He called me. He says, hey, I'm not going to be able to go. Can I, let's start doing the claim for the insurance, blah, blah, blah. I helped him out. It took him a year and 3 months to get his money back. That was the slowest insurance. And it was a hassle too, trying to get it because he had doctor's information. He sent all his documents that they requested. And it was kind of like a back and forth until finally they were able to, to approve it for him. And he got his money back. So what we did was he booked another MSC cruise like 4 months after that date, and we got him an outside insurance for that one. So he's gone and come back already from that. So everything went fine. But that's the only company that I really don't trust the insurance with. And that's my personal opinion. I don't know if anybody else have sold MSC as a TA, or you have bought MSC as a regular customer, and maybe you had to use it and it went well with you. But I'm just giving you the information of that specific situation and scenario that happened to my client. So just keep that in mind when purchasing insurance. Make sure you read, check out the amounts that it covers. Make sure it covers you for whatever is that your need is as well. All insurances are different. And I do have a lot of customers that purchase their own insurance. I always, let them know, send me a copy. I'll put it in their file, to make sure that we have it on file just in case if need be down the road that he really needed a copy or he needed something, I have it for him. But yeah, pretty much that it's very simple, like nothing, out of, the ordinary. But I do recommend insurance. I was about to ask you about MSC insurance. I would use someone else. MEC does not sound, no, it really doesn't. It's like everything. Everything is new when it comes to MSC. But yeah, I don't sell MSC insurance. Ever since that happened to me, I don't sell it. And if the customer wants it really bad, I let them know that, this is what I went through. If you're okay going through that, then we can add it. And that's up to the client at that point in time. So I have to always respect, client's wish comes first. So, but hopefully, that's information for you guys for today. So I just wanted to bring you that information because I've been noticing how much, being working at a travel agent, I was looking at some of my bookings in 2022. And when I was looking at them, you will see the difference in how the prices, because I keep a tally of everything that I sold throughout the years. And I was looking at all the prices, have they continued to go up and down and up and down, but now it's just climbing and climbing. So you don't see a little bit of a down. I will tell you guys, if you are a new region, this is only for new region customers. The freestyle sale starts tomorrow, and prepaid gratuities are free if you are booking a balcony or above, and it has to be on a 7-day cruise. So freestyle sale prepaid gratuities will be for free if you are booking, and it's only the gratuities, not the beverage for the beverage package or the dining. It's just the gratuities, because that was a question that I got from one of my clients when he saw the sale. So it's only for your gratuities. It's not beverage package or dining package. So keep that in mind if that's something that you're interested in purchasing a new region cruise and maybe possibly taking advantage of the free gratuities that they're providing. Give me a call and I'll be more than happy to assist you with that. I also want to run this ad in the channel today. Here we go.
Good evening, everyone. We've got a very special announcement to make today. From Sunday, April 20th to Sunday, April 27th of 2025, we'll be hosting our first ever Traveling with Tinkerbell group cruise on none other than the Carnival Celebration. The itinerary is simple. We'll be departing from the Port of Miami in Florida on the 20th. Our first day will be a simple day at sea where you can explore the boat and check out what's on board. Try some of the food at the buffet, or grab a Guy Fieri burger by the pool and relax. Following that, we'll be stopping at Amber Cove in Dominican Republic, then San Juan in Puerto Rico, and lastly St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands before 2 more sea days to take us back to port. If you're interested in joining us, you can book now at jagonzalez at expediacruises.com. The phone number is 813-608-2935, and the website link will be in the description below. We hope to see you on board when the time comes.
Oh my God, I just noticed that commercial has that ad has the old Traveling with Tinkerbell logo. That's how long we've been trying to sell this group cruise for April 2025 on the Carnival Celebration. We still have some availability still if you're interested in coming along and traveling with Tinkerbell. Come check us out. Let us know. Let me know so that we can travel together and do amazing things on this cruise. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know we have another announcement for another cruise, but that's for tomorrow. So far, that's the only announcement that I have for this channel is our group cruise. Guys, if you're interested in a Traveling with Tinkerbell shirt or anything like that, go to the merch store. We have some merch over there for you. If you're interested in membership, you could join in our membership. There's also perks there for you as well. So I'm gonna start. I think on the membership, I'm thinking of adding a new membership in there where we're gonna have a Zoom meeting once a month, and then we can actually talk together and have a great time. So that's one of the things that I'm thinking of doing for our memberships. And somebody asked me because it says, "Hey, how come we can't see, and because I think they have asking about memberships, and sometimes you guys cannot see all of everything that comes out because the memberships get to see it first, and then you guys get to see it when it drops at 1 p.m. on Thursday." Tomorrow's Wednesday. On Thursday, we have a new vlog coming up at 1 p.m. And I think on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be dropping in the vlog for Perfect Day, where we went to Hideaway Beach for the first time. So if you're interested in that kind of information, go check out on Thursday, Perfect Day for Hideaway Beach. And it was a really good time on Hideaway Beach. And I'm actually looking forward because I'm going to be on Utopia. And that was one of the things that I wanted to talk to you because M said the destination fun. She had told them about the train. Guys, let me tell you, I talked to PK Adventures about this because I know PK and his wife are going to be going on Utopia in November, I believe. And I booked the train, guys. I booked the train. I paid $283 for 2 people on the train. When I went on Utopia, the train price was $75 per person. Today's price, $119 per person plus gratuities. 2 people were $283. I booked it, I paid for it, and I was going to do it on Perfect Day at 6:10 p.m. was my time. And then I started thinking, I don't know why. I just started because for me, guys, it has to make sense when I'm spending money. And even if I'm gonna put it on the vlogs, it has to make sense for me to do it. So I said, okay, 283. I even called my husband. I said, I paid $283. We're gonna go on this train. And I was really excited. And then I started thinking, $283 for a 90-minute dinner where I've been seeing JJ Cruz, Lalita Loca, oh my God, Ordinary Adventures, um, Faye and Laura from Travel Spree, that they have done it, and a couple of more vloggers that they have done this experience. Some of them didn't like the food. Some of them said the food was okay. I know that it's all about the enjoyment, but if I'm going to come out of pocket $283, it better be really good. It better be really good. I'm just saying. So I went ahead and canceled it, guys, because I'm thinking, okay, it's been out there in every vlog you can think of. What's the difference if I go and I vlog it and I put it out there? It's not going to be anything new. Anything new is going to be coming out. So I decided that I did it as a tester and I loved it and I wanted it to take my husband, but $283, guys. Let that sink in because I was thinking, okay, $75, I could do $75, 150 plus, the gratuities. That's a good price. But 119, that's the reason why I'm saying little things are going up. Let me see. PK Adventure says we have the unlimited drink packet, dining package. I did talk to you, Ryan, and it's still up an upcharge of $49.50 per person. But you have the risk that you might not even find it because now you got to wait until you get on board to get it. Jenny says we decided not to do the train this time. Girl, let me tell you. $283 to me is a lot of money. I even thought PK, when I talked to you, I said, okay, maybe if I buy the whole unlimited dining package and pay the $49, maybe it'll make a little bit more reasonable sense, you can say, because now I have more value because I could go to all of the different restaurants and eat there. And maybe the way that PK is doing it is a little bit better, but he's still paying whatever he paid for the unlimited dining package. But then when he gets over there, he's still got to pay $50 more a person. So keep that in mind. He's paying an extra, I guess, 100 because he's going with his wife. So, so he's not even sure that he's going to get it because by the time he gets there, it'll probably be already booked. So he's going to have to. That's going to be something that I cannot wait for Ryan to go through with it and see what his experience was. And Ryan, I'm hoping that if you vlog it, I can't wait to see your experience on it. But guys, I am sorry, but I am not going to be bringing that experience, especially when there's a lot of people that already have it out there. And I kind of like saw everybody's experience. And even Trev and Chels, I don't know if you guys follow them. They're a big YouTube channel. They were there with me on Utopia when we went there for the naming ceremony, and they got to try. I don't know if they actually paid for it or they gifted them because I know that for the naming ceremony, everything was complimentary. So I guess I know that there were some people that they actually got to try and they didn't have to pay for it. So that was a blessing. But let me tell you guys, I watch like everybody that you can think of in this sky that has a YouTube channel that has done it. And when I started thinking, I said, oh my God, the food is not all that. The show is amazing. And even Ordinary Adventures, if you guys seen their experience on the train, he mentions at one point that they felt like keeping the tray, like they had to eat fast because I guess everybody's paying attention to everything that's going on and not paying attention to eating all the food because it, according to how it is, it goes by how everything is flowing on the train. They're bringing in your salads and your breads and your appetizers and your entrees and all of that. So as they bring in, they taking. So it's not like if they leave it there for you to finish. So keep that in mind, guys, especially you, Ryan, that you're going to be paying all that money, guys. I wish you the very best, and I'll be rooting for you that you get it. But I had it, and I paid for it. But guys, I started thinking, I was like, oh my God, am I really want to do $283? I even pay for an excursion, which I'm not going to say because that's going to be a surprise. And we're going to do it in NASA. It's the first time we're doing this kind of excursion, and it was cheaper than that dinner, guys. It was cheaper than that dinner. So hopefully somebody else will bring it out to you guys. Hopefully Ryan will get to do it, and I can't wait to see what he thinks about this really cool train adventure. I don't know why my camera is doing all of these colors. It's like I'm orange now. Well, guys, we are almost, oh my God, we're past the hour now. So I just wanted to say thank you so much, guys, for being here today, for your support. I love you guys all to the moon and back. Please stay safe. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Ryan has something else to say. I hope so, but I'm really prepping myself for not to getting it because I'm sure it's going to be a hot topic and everybody's going to try and snack spot since it's the new shiny restaurant. You know what, Ryan? I'm going to do you a solid. I'm going to call Royal Caribbean. I'm going to ask them this question because now that you've mentioned that, if I were to buy the train, right? If I were to purchase the train, can I cancel it when I get on the ship and get and pay the 49.99 difference since I have a dining package to make sure that I have a spot? I'm going to check that information out for you and I'll send you a message with whatever I find out for you, okay? Because I know how much you want to get it done. I wanted it to get it done really bad, but I know that you wanted to get it done as well. So I'm going to call Royal tomorrow. I have a person that I can check on that for you, and if I get you that information, I'll send it to you. That way you'll know, and maybe you can do it that way, and then they'll refund you on the ship, and then you can pay the difference. All right, so I'll get with you. So, anyways, guys, I love you guys all to the moon and back. Toodaloo for now, and I will see you on the next one, but I will also see you tomorrow. Oh, real quick before I let you guys go, my daughter started volleyball, so she's right now on a tournament today, and it's on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. You know, guess what? 7 p.m. So, I'm going to maybe next week because I would love to go see her, and be there for her. So maybe next week I might change this Tuesday to possibly a different day. Maybe we do it on Monday until she's done with volleyball, or maybe we do a Tuesday and a Monday every week. We alternate. I'm going to figure that out for you guys, but I just wanted to let you guys know that if you see a date change for a couple of weeks, it's probably that. That's what that, okay, hold on. That was in the back of my head. I'm going to check it out, Ryan, for you. All right. I'm going to check it out and I'll let you know. So anyway, guys, I love you all to the moon and back. Please stay safe. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you tomorrow in Across the Wave. Toodles. Love you. I'll see you tomorrow in Amber Cove with Keith. Bye. Love you guys. Stay safe.